Hello there, welcome to iGaming Next Spotlight. My name's Oisin Lunny and I help great people, companies and organisations tell their best stories through podcasts, through hosting digital experiences like this and through awesome events like the wonderful iGaming Next in beautiful Valletta. I hope to see you there. I hope I've seen you there depending on when you're watching it. Okay, today we are going to shine the spotlight on a wonderful company called Zimpler, who I'm sure many of you are very familiar with. My guest Rhi Burns joins us. She's the head of iGaming over there and she's joining us from Zera in Malta. How are you, Rhi? Welcome to iGaming Next Spotlight.
Thank you. I'm great. Very happy to be here.
Fabulous. Well, listen, Rhi, thank you for joining us. I remember you absolutely rocked the stage at iGaming Next before. Really enjoyed your session. And today we're going to talk about expansion. We're going to talk about new markets. We're going to talk about Brazil, basically global domination. So no pressure there. We have some very exciting things for our listeners to tune into. But before we go there, it would be great if folks haven't overlapped with you before, just to give us the old Zimpler elevator pitch.
Yes, definitely. So Zimpler is a payment provider. We offer account-to-account payments, which is basically instant bank payments built on the open banking and PSD2 frameworks. So if you want to move money from one place to another instantly, we are the people you should speak to.
Nice. That is a great pitch. Thank you so much. And talk to us a little bit, Rhi, before we get into the meat of, world domination and Brazil, etc. A little bit about your own background. How did you come to be working at Zimpler as a head of iGaming?
I started off in iGaming nearly 20 years ago. That eventually brought me to Malta almost 15 years ago. And I mostly work on the supplier side. So I've worked within payments and affiliation. Just generally, I like helping operators to have better products. So 4 years ago, I joined Zimpler when they decided to launch an account-to-account or this instant banking product. So I joined them to help them push out this new product and grow their business.
Fantastic. And it's been an absolutely stellar 4 years. The market has really grown. You're looking at new territories. Talk to us a bit about your, how you see the world and what are you looking to in terms of internationalization and expansion?
Yeah, the last 4 years since we first launched the account-to-account payments, we've expanded. We started off in Sweden. It was our core market, and it's a market where kind of bank payments are pretty strong anyway. It's almost cashless society. And then we really wanted to take that technology and that framework across the world. So the last 4 years, we've expanded to many countries across Europe and LATAM. And now what we're really doing is we've narrowed focus to 3 key areas, I would say. So we're still going to continue in the Nordics. We're also working in the Baltics. And now we're starting to take over LATAM as the next stage. So we're, the one supplier that can help you in a number of key areas.
Wow, massive news. Well, congratulations and, watch this space, as they say. But talk to us a bit about the extension of your bank coverage, because I believe that is a key element to the kind of convenience and the great service that you can offer.
Yeah, it's really what sets us apart, I think. And it's so important for us when we're launching into new markets. In order to have instant payments, it's a very intensive launch for us. We have to have bank accounts with all of the major banks in each market. So we aim to launch, or at least soft launch markets with an 80% bank coverage. And then by the time we kind of hard launch, we really aim for over 90% bank coverage. And I think for most of our markets now, we're 95% and above, which means the majority of your end users can use Zimpler to move their money instantly in and to get their money instantly back in their bank account. So for us, it really takes a lot of time to go to each of these countries. We have to physically go there. We have to meet the banks. It's an interesting process because as a fintech, banks can be a little wary and a little nervous about who we are and what we do. Historically, they've referred to us, not us, but to fintechs in general, as a bit of a black box. Like, what is this? What do you guys do? You're moving money, but what does it mean? So we kind of decided to break the mold and be entirely transparent with the banks that we work with. So we kind of open up our books. We show them what operators we're working with, how we move money, what is our AML process. So this really helped us build trust and be able to offer kind of 95 to 98% bank coverage in all of our markets.
Fantastic. And talk to us a bit about what's happening in the SEPA market, SEPA. What's going on there?
Yeah, we recently launched a SEPA payout product. So what this means is that we can do, or we can facilitate instant payouts, so withdrawals, to all 20 countries that sit in the SEPA region. So anywhere really that operates in euros, plus a few markets where, like UK, for example, we can do instant payouts, but it will be in euros. This is really nice because a lot of operators that we spoke to had two main KPIs on their side. One was that they wanted to increase their or decrease their payout time for end users. That's such an important factor for players to come back. And they wanted to limit the number of suppliers that they worked with. So it's nice to be able to offer kind of within one product, 20 different markets where they can achieve those instant payouts.
Nice. That's awesome. And what kind of USPs are happening? What kind of things are under the hood that really set you apart from the competition? Because I know this is a very competitive market.
Yeah, we've done some work to try and make sure that we have some value adds against our competition. We offer a lot more than just in and out payments. What we really focus on are 3 C's, so conversion, compliance, and customization. Customization, we found, is really important for our operators. They want some kind of flexibility. So whether that comes to which markets we enter next, that really comes down to their needs, or even the payment product itself. We're able to customize even down to the colors and the logos and the fonts within the product. We can remove steps or add steps based on the operator needs. So there's one thing that sets us apart. The second thing is compliance. We really care about compliance. Being a licensed financial institution, we have to, and we really believe that it's important that we address and combat our part of the kind of anti-money laundering flow. So we work heavily with AML. We have this AML by design is what we call it. So that's a big focus for us, and we find that by being kind of next level with our AML, it helps the operators that we work with to also raise the bar on their side. And then conversion. The end goal is that the reason we have customization is so that we can have the industry-leading conversion. We've seen that compared to some of our competition, operators have managed to increase their conversion. Some quite a lot. If we look at traditional credit cards and things like that, bank payments can be 50% higher in conversion. But even within the banking space, an extra 1 or 2% conversion can mean millions for the operators. So we really focus very hard there.
Wow. I mean, those are, when you kind of look at it that way, an extra percentage point in a market that's absolutely massive can be transformational for a business. But talk to us a bit about, these tools like you've got your AML by design, you've got KYC, all this other cool stuff. What impact is this having in terms of your expansion into Brazil and the importance in that market?
Yeah, it's been crucial. And this is sort of why we identified Brazil as a key market. A main pain point that we heard from operators was Brazil is super interesting, but fraud is pretty strong, and it's very difficult for them to feel confident in their AML processes because it can be really hard to know who is your end user. In Sweden, for example, your player can log in through Bank ID and you get their name, address, their date of birth, everything. In Brazil, it's not so easy. So what we have done is we spent all of last year basically building a really robust KYC tool. So if your player uses Zimpler, you know exactly who they are. You can lock the CPF, so to make sure that other players someone can't use their spouse's bank details, for example, which can be quite common. And then with our AML and transaction monitoring, you can also attack that kind of high-level money laundering. So this has really made what was a huge and attractive market now like even more exciting to go into, because you don't have to have these worries at the back of your mind about money laundering, fraud, because we can help you with all of that.
Yeah, 100%. And it seems like you're removing a lot of points of friction, but also introducing a safer user experience. Talk to us a bit about the kinds of differences that your solution can make to the end user experience.
Yeah, one thing that I really love in Brazil specifically is when we're testing on like traditional operators today, generally there are 17 different steps for an end user to create their account. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I don't want to take 17 steps to get there. What we've done with our registration feature, which includes full KYC, the end user can go from entering your site to being logged in with 3 clicks. So this is like huge for end users, especially in such a sportsbook heavy market. If it's like mid football game and you want to place your bet before the next goal is scored, then if you can log in and create your account within 3 clicks, that's a much better flow than what they have today.
Yeah, absolutely. 17 steps to the bar, acceptable. 17 steps to log in and place a bet mid-game is not acceptable. Three steps, much better. That is absolutely brilliant. But talk to us a bit about Brazil, the total size of the market. You know, the impression I have is it's absolutely massive. It's an area that, you know, so many companies should be looking at. But are there any numbers behind that kind of intuitive presumption?
Yes, definitely. In fact, in Brazil now, they're going through a census, so I'm sure we'll have some updated numbers in the next few months. But at least the latest numbers are the population is, I think it's around 214 million just in Brazil. So it's an absolutely huge market. And I've looked at a few different kind of studies and reports, and it seems like up to 45% of the population is gambling online, which is, it's a huge market in terms of just sheer volume. Yeah, it's like unmatched, especially within Europe. And they're mature when it comes to gambling. They love sports betting. They also enjoy casino. So it's super interesting and exciting when you just look at the sheer volume.
Right. And so if I am an iGaming company and I'm watching this, I'm part of the iGaming Next community, and I'm thinking, right, I need to be there. This sounds incredible. How can you help them?
We can support in a number of ways. First of all, just in the overall setup process, we have a really great network of gaming platform providers and affiliates, so we can help you actually set up your business over there if you haven't been there before. We can help you make a lot of connections and understand how you're going to tackle that market. Then on the payment side is that we make it really easy to get money in and out of LATAM. That can also be a struggle often, especially for a European-based operator. Moving your money in and out can be difficult. So we kind of take all of that stress from you. And just overall having kind of one point of contact that can open up Europe and LATAM seems to be like quite a key driver for a number of operators. Then on top of everything, the conversion of the product in Brazil has been one of our best launches. We hit a lot of milestones in the first month already. So you know that you're going in with a partner who can help you succeed in a really fascinating market.
Absolutely. What's not to like? And speaking of which, I believe you are going to be alongside myself over at the wonderful iGaming Next in Valletta really, really soon. So if people are there, how can they reach out to you? Are you going to be around at the networking events?
Yes, me and the team, we're going to be everywhere. We're going to be at the conference. We will be at basically all of the networking events. Wherever you are, just scream Zimpler and someone will come running. And we will be at the after party. You can find me and the team on LinkedIn and you can get in touch with me directly.
Oh, fantastic. And what email address should people use to get in touch with you there, Rhi?
Yeah, Rhi@zimpler.com. Nice and easy.
Simples. I love it. That's absolutely brilliant. Okay, Rhi Burns, thank you so much for joining us. The future's bright, particularly if you're thinking of doing business in Brazil, and Zimpler are definitely the folks who can help you get hit the ground running ASAP with the best UX, a brilliant solution and a network all set up to really help you just maximise your time there. So that's absolutely brilliant. What an invitation, and I hope you do get swarmed with good people coming up and saying hi to you at iGaming Next. I will be there myself. I'll be on the main stage. I'm thrilled to be there for the third year running. So folks, the iGaming community, remember, we kind of exist as part of an ecosystem. Please support our ecosystem partners like the wonderful Zimpler. Do go up, make some cool business happen in Brazil. And I hope to see you all very soon at iGaming Next on the rooftop of the MCC in Valletta, maybe enjoying some liquid networking after a busy day of conferencing. Rhi Burns, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been fun.
We wanted to have this event for two reasons. One is just to celebrate the wins. Secondly, we wanted to show the market what we have done and this great product that we have. We're offering something completely new in Brazil. We're taking an existing framework and adding on our experience and knowledge to add things like KYC, AML processes, custom branding that many other providers are not offering in the market.
With our unique technology and our know-how, we have seen a big interest from the Latin American continent and especially from Brazil.
This event is really going to help us get the word out there that we're in Brazil, we're there, we're ready, and we're happy to handle payments for our clients.